Hello, hello, hello. This is Adolf, and today I have something interesting and new. I have a new person, and who is this new person?
Hi, this is Jacob Scarberry, aka New Jake. Nice to be here.
So, we recently added him onto the website, and we wanted to give a quick podcast so that way you get your feet wet before you go into other podcasts, and people can know who you are.
Yeah, understand.
So, who are you?
Uh, as I said, I am Jacob Scarberry, born and raised here in Huntington, West Virginia, all my life, all 32 years.
How many years of those have you enjoyed watching 3D movies?
At least a solid decade. Whenever the research came around Avatar, around 2009, 2010 area, that's when I started really getting into it.
Okay. Now, I saw that you have a big selection of 3D Blu-rays.
Yes, yes, I do.
Which ones are your crown jewels of the collection?
Uh, that I have quite a few actually. I would have to say the first Avengers movie is a fantastic Blu-ray. The Star Trek, or sorry, Star Wars: The Force Awakens is also another fantastic one. Avatar, of course, and probably, honestly, Gemini Man. Even though the film's not that good, but Gemini Man is a great 3D disc.
Cool. We actually liked it. I don't know if you saw our review, but we liked it. So I mean, we didn't love it. It just we liked it.
Yeah, it was okay.
So, what are some of your favorite 3D movies? Recent ones, that
Mm.
is.
Recent ones, even though I wasn't a fan of the film itself, the 3D and The Rise of Skywalker was excellent. Gemini Man was really good. Uh, Probably the most recent one I've seen was Onward, and that had some surprisingly good 3D in it.
Which is weird because my theatrical experience with Onward, it was nice, not bad. It just wasn't quite home about.
Right. I enjoyed it for what it was, and it had some really good 3D for me at my local Cinemark. So, I guess it depends on which theater you go to.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I hear that.
So, what kind of setup do you have at home?
It's actually quite modest. I still have a almost 10-year-old Vizio 32-inch 3D TV. Um, I have attached to that a Sony PlayStation 4, but I also have a 4K TV and a rather modest 4K Blu-ray player from Philips.
Okay,
But I do have a PlayStation 3 as well to do a 3D viewing as well if I need to.
cool. I wasn't sure if Sony patched that out or left it alone or whatever.
No, they left alone, especially with PSVR still doing quite successfully and is going to continue on with the PS5. No need to patch it out.
You know how things are, though. Some people are just like, nobody uses that. Patch that out. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a shame though if they do that.
Okay. I remember whenever I was buying new TV and new Blu-ray players, I was like, I actually am interested in Blu-ray. And then they're like, okay, that extra Blu-ray costs the Blu-ray player is $100 more. And it's like, oof, okay. And then, oh yeah, the Blu-rays cost more. Oh, and then you put the TV. Oh, and then you need these glasses. Oh, and
Hmm.
it's just like became such a hassle. And I don't, I have a weird TV because I have a 40-inch Westinghouse, which Westinghouse is an ancient company,
Oh yeah,
but they have 120 hertz on this LED, and it looks really good for 48 for HD for 1080p.
yeah.
So I was like, well,
It is that a 3D TV as well?
no.
Okay, I
So
didn't think so.
yeah, it has basic features, but it works good enough. And I've had just Blu-ray players and um, nothing too fancy. So I may have a couple of 3D Blu-rays just because, but that's how I got them as gifts, and it's fine.
Right.
So, do you remember your first 3D movie?
Blu-ray or theatrical?
Both.
Both. Okay. Yes, I remember my first 3D Blu-ray, which was through Columbia House. My mom had gotten it for me. It was the Green Hornet from Sony.
Oh, okay. How was that?
It was okay. It wasn't fantastic, but I mean, I liked the movie, but the 3D was eh.
Yeah.
And then theatrical wise, it was actually fairly recent, 2015. It was Terminator Genesis.
I like Genesis. I know it's dumb as hell, but I like it.
Oh, I loved it, especially the 3D. It's probably one of the unmatched 3D experiences I've ever had in a movie theater. I mean, it was just such great 3D for a conversion. Honestly, I mean, it was just fantastic.
Yeah, I was laughing constantly as I watched that movie because of it and against it. And I was like,
Oh yeah,
man, I'm having a great time. I had so much fun with that movie. It was so stupid, but I thought it was fun.
oh yeah. I mean, I like it better than Dark Fate.
I like Dark Fate. You don't like Dark Fate?
Not really, no.
Yeah,
My fiance and I are big Terminator fans, and we seen Dark Fate last November, and we were just heavily disappointed. It was just not good, at least for us.
I mean, it's not Terminator 2, but
No, nothing can. Nothing will ever beat that movie.
I mean, I think it's the best Terminator since 2, but that's neither here or there.
Eh. I think it's probably the worst one I've seen. Actually, I mean, even worse than Salvation.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like Salvation a little bit. I just like what they was able to do with no Arnold Schwarzenegger. They was able to kind of do a nice fun storyline.
Okay. So, what 3D movie that you like that most people don't like?
Oh, that is a hard one. Probably Captain America, the first Avenger. Even though that one's kind of decently regarded, but it's not as highly regarded as like Civil War or any of the other MCU movies. But I really enjoyed that 3D in that film. It was excellent.
Hmm. I remember seeing that. I mean, I love Captain America, the Marvel Cinematic Universe's favorite, but I don't remember seeing if I watched that in 3D or not. But, huh.
It's worth a watch. I'd recommend it.
I kind of feel like Marvel Cinematic Universe didn't get their act together 3D until like Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, they were kind of hit or miss. Thor, especially, is well, at least the first two were kind of meh. But Captain America is a good one. Avengers is a great one. And then it kind of tapered off until Doctor Strange when it just got great.
So what upcoming 2019 movie, theoretically 19, are you looking forward to most?
Probably if it's still released this year, probably Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, I got delayed to Christmas, so
Let's hope it stays.
yeah, we'll see. It's a little bit weird that they just showed off the Dune trailer first time, which feels like forever, and then it didn't say mention 3D, and then they didn't mention the date, but then the date is still the same date they've always has, and then they delayed Wonder Woman, and it's going to come out a week later. So like, okay, well, are you wanting Dune to fail?
I think it's going to fail regardless of when it comes out. I mean, that's just my takeaway from it.
It looks cool. It looks like the best possible Dune film could be made.
I mean, I agree, but I mean, is there really enough Dune fans out there to actually want to watch the film, especially since it's just the first part of the book that they're adapting, not the entire novel?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes you got to make movies for everyone, not just the fans. So maybe
that's true.
Maybe they make it and it's good enough that people like it, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay.
It just looks to me, but I mean, we'll see.
Okay. All right. Do you have anything else you want to mention before we wrap up? I just wanted to have a short podcast just to kind of get to know you, so nothing too.
No, I mean that pretty much just covers the basis of who I am and what I like to do.
Okay, so you'll be seeing new Jake or Jacob on the podcast and on the website occasionally, and we'll do what we can to include you into the podcast.
No, I much appreciate it.
All right, that's it for us. Bye.
Bye.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D and Mr. Bengal 5 for your financial support on patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.